Hello, beloved ones. Haumatzeme here. I decided to show up here and ask you a very good question. Do you feel good? Like, really, do you feel good? Or you think so? Let's have a conversation. I just had an interesting conversation with someone I had a conversation with where we're talking about something and there a lot of things came into the forefront. And because I emit energy, let's just say that. So every time when I'm talking about something, if you are fully connected enough and open to receive it, there's a lot of things that are going to shift, you know. So a lot of things were shifting, a lot of things came through. And after the call, she said, whew, I just felt tired. And her question was, I'm just wondering, why do I have to feel tired if this really is good energy? And I'm going to ask you the question that I asked her. What is good to you? What do you mean by feeling good? Because what I've realized is a lot of people, you first thing, like I mentioned, you are not connected to your bodies. Let's just call the thing the thing. You are not connected to your body. You move around with an illusion of who you have to be or how you have to appear as, you know, smiling and all that, but yet from within knowing that you are not really feeling that good. You suppress your pains to a point where your body is just tired of screaming and it feels like, oh, I don't have any pain, I'm okay, but you are not, because this is like some of the things that when I connect with people, the first thing that comes through is exactly what is going on in your body. So at times people think that they feel good, but they don't really feel good. This is why at times you just get sick out of nowhere because your body is telling you that you need to rest. You've been pushing and pushing, especially now with this whole external validation and all that. People have high functioning anxiety because they are trying to achieve something, yet they don't have the capacity, especially when you're talking about the emotional resilience. And I mentioned this before so many times. We live in a world where people learn emotional intelligence just for the mind so that I can manipulate people, so that I can know what is happening and say certain things to make people feel good. But yet I know that I don't mean it. This is what people are talking about so that I can control my emotions. Actually, this is coming a lot, even with the people that I work with. They think controlling the emotions is suppressing them. But here's the thing, if you've really done the work and worked on whatever that happened, you don't need to be in your mind thinking, is this how I appear? Am I saying it right? Because the truth of it is, most people out there, no matter what position or role you have, you doubt yourself a lot. You need validation because you don't trust who you are. You don't speak your truth. So do you really feel good or you don't? And what she say, like, why, if it's good energy, why do I feel tired? What does good mean to you? If at all you've got a pain, some things have been suppressed, and when you remove them, because I'm a psychic surgeon and I'm not hiding that. If you go to a surgery because something has to be removed, when you go home, do you just start jumping around? No, because there is something that had to be done. There is a shift that happened in your body, and my work does the same thing. We do shifts at a cellular level, and if you've done this work, you will feel it, because the truth of it is, for you to heal anything, you get to feel it. And some of you have suppressed your pain, memories, imprints, patterns for eons. You are going around using a smile as a mask so that they can think that I'm okay. I know, because I've been that person. There was a time when I was using my smile as a defensive mechanism, yet within I was bleeding. And I still remember at the time when I went to the doctor and I was prescribed the antidepressants. And at that moment, I was just like, oh no, I can't be stressed. Actually, it was a trigger. Even when the doctor said, you need to stop breastfeeding. That was like more than 14, 15 years ago. You need to stop breastfeeding so that you can take the antidepressants. I was like, no, I can't be stressed. But I knew that the relationship that I was in was stressing me out. I felt like shit. So at times you need to just honor yourself, be open with yourself. How do you really feel? And what is the core of this? People talk a lot about mental health. And what they don't realize is that you can't help that healthy mental stability or the emotional expansion if at all you're in a relationship where you feel like shit. right? So you need to look at the relationships that you have. Are you fully yourself? Are you authentic with being yourself? Or you have to always wear a mask? I was in a conversation earlier with somebody and I spoke about how we prostitute ourselves. And this is bigger because at times people are in marriages just because of the security. Sometimes people stay way too long in jobs that they hate because it pays so good. So the question is, do you really value yourself? Are you willing to sell who you are for a paycheck? Are you willing to be in a relationship that is not expansive because somebody is going to make you? Maybe you go for trips, maybe you buy something, and then it feels like things are good. I haven't spoken about this for a long time, but it was quite interesting. I was on a podcast earlier and I brought this up that there was a time when I just received a message from my high self and she said, you need to invest. That time I was given the price of that 7,200 on yourself. And I was like, huh. And I had a conversation with my then partner. I was like, oh, after I found the person that actually was charging that amount, and I had a conversation with my partner and I said, I need to invest on myself. This is how it's gonna help me, the convincing and all that. And he agreed. We started paying, the first installment. After 3 weeks, I don't know what he expected. And this is why I'm a big fan of couples therapy or couples work or whatever. I'm a fan of it if you have worked on yourself at an individual level. Because at times people have a problem in a relationship and you go look for help with the intention from both sides is, I hope he can find out that he's wrong. I hope she can find that she's wrong. I hope this will help solve who she is. Maybe she will change. I was blown away when I was doing some work with my partner then. I'm just saying my partner, but yeah. With my husband, to be honest, my then husband, who's now my ex-husband. So it was quite interesting that at the end, there's something that he said about me changing, and secretly, I knew that I was doing it as well because I wanted him to change. So it was quite interesting to look at in the mirror and realize that sometimes we are just in there, and even when you go as a couple to go look for a work, you are not going to work on yourself. You still have this thing that I hope he finds that he's wrong. I hope she finds that she's wrong. I hope she can change. I hope he can change. Where is that playing out in your life? So back to my story before I forget. I started working on myself, and I think after the third weeks, he said, I don't think this is working. You just crazy. You don't need this whole spiritual whatever. You don't need this coaching thing. You just need to go to a psychiatric ward, because you're crazy. Because he didn't believe in who I'm being. He was denying my truth based on his beliefs. So some of you, I know you're in relationships where you don't even know what your truth is because it has been denied for a long time. And imagine a child whose parents is telling the child what is true for them, yet you've got your own soul signature blueprint. And then you go into relationships where somebody is denying what you know. Eventually, you don't even know your truth. Or you're afraid that if I get to speak my truth, I may not be accepted. So he just said, I'm not going to pay anything. And I said, but we're a couple and we've started and this is our money. And he said, no, it's my money and I'm not paying. And at that moment, I had an aha moment that, oh shit. All along, things were really, really great because I was a trophy wife. I just get to look good and show up and smile. But that was costing me my voice. It was costing me my name. It was costing me my identity. So at times when you are not willing to look at yourself in the mirror, when you're running away from what needs to be addressed, and often it's with an illusion that I want peace. What is that peace costing you? What are you committed to? Are you committed to your pain, to your lack, to your scarcity, or to your greatness, to your brilliance? Because this person told me that I can't book a clarity call because I can't afford your services. And my question is, how much does my service cost? We haven't had any conversation. And then what is the core of the issue? Is it something that you would want to solve, or you are fine in your pain? Because some of you have made agreements, vows, you are fine in your pain because it connects you to somebody that you longed for, that love the most. So you are sitting in there, holding into what you treasure. The only way that I can stay in touch with my family, in touch with my parents, is to hold into the pain that they have shared with me. I've seen somebody get married for 30 years, 50 years. So I want the same. At what sacrifice did that person get there? Right? Because there's a difference when you're just counting years and when you're counting the quality, because that reflects on you. So at times when you're doing deep cellular work, like the work that I do, at first you're going to feel like shit because there's a baggage that you are carrying, that a template that you are creating your life from, that is weighing on you. So when you remove that, it's like your body's starting to breathe, because you've been living an illusion of feeling good, but you don't necessarily feel good. Just like when you go do a surgery. That's how it is at times. The question is, what do you mean by feel good? Do you mean thinking, convincing yourself that you're feeling good, or you are really feeling good? Know the difference. And what are you committed to? Because a lot of people, at times it's a whisper. Like I said, I was just told you need to invest on yourself. You need to invest $7,200 on yourself. That's what I came to me. And I didn't know where, what, when. But I felt the nudge to start getting on clarity calls. And I remember before I worked with somebody who I ended up working with, somebody rejected me. Like I was waiting on Zoom and she went and wrote something on her group and said, I love myself. And actually it was a Friday, just like today. I love myself enough. So I canceled the call because she doesn't have money. Because the truth of it is, as much as everybody is claiming to be saving, not everybody has their heart to really help. And at times you may not have money right now, but at the end of the day, if you feel that this is the problem that I need to solve, if you are committed to the desire that you want and you know that who you are right now cannot achieve that, you get to move the mountain and align with a version of you that knows that it's worthy of that, because I can't afford this. Oh, I can do that. At times I still remember what I'm doing right now, whether it's speaking on stage, doing this work and sharing my truth. I never thought it was possible because I was so stuck in my unworthiness. I was so stuck in that little child who was told you are not like my other children, who was told that I need not to be listened to. And I still remember, even I was on a school trip and the other people started making jokes about how I speak Setswana, like the dialect, or and some shit like that, meaning that my dialect is not so whatever that is. So it made me cringe. Like, yeah, I started contracting, feeling like I don't really belong. So there's some things that I said no to because I didn't believe who I was is capable of that. So at times when your soul whispers, when you are being called to your greatness, you say no because you are so stuck with who you were told you are. You are so stuck to your unworthy small version. And you are not unworthy. You are not a small version, but you have allowed what people said to make you believe that it's not who you are, it's what you were told you are. And actually many systems tells us the same story. The educational system tells us that we are not intelligent enough. The medical system tells us a lot of stories, another story for another day. But as women, especially when we are pregnant, when you're going to give birth, you are being told by your machine at times, in your body, like, it's not the time right now. I still remember when I somehow was forced to give birth before the time here, because that's how it happens in the European system. But I'm an African. And after taking the medication, I was, the way I've forgotten the word that, you are given medication for you to get into labor. Whatever that word is, I've forgotten it. But I was already in there. And then the doctor said, yeah, but I realized that people from Botswana, they give birth at times 2 weeks later. I'm like, what the fuck? So we don't trust our system. We don't trust our body. We trust the big pharma and all that. You go take the medication. The medication is going to make you feel good in the brain, but you're not producing those hormones where they're supposed to be coming from your gut. It messes up your system. It messes up your sexual energy. That's why there's a lot of sexual dysfunction. So do you really feel good? Or you think you just feel good, but you feel like shit? Because at times when you do the work, that's how you're gonna know. Your body will tell you that I haven't been feeling good. You have been claiming that you feel good, but you don't. And what is it that is stopping you from booking that clarity call? Why? What stories are you telling yourself? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of your greatness? Are you afraid of releasing the connection or the hooks that is keeping you stuck in the us? Whatever the us is to you. Are you choosing to continue bonding in misery, in suffering? Because that's what you've always known. Or you are willing to find out exactly what your soul is here for, because there is your unique signature blueprint, whether it's in relationship, spiritually, health, emotional and mental well-being. You may have gone through what you went through and experienced what you experienced, but it's not your truth, especially if you know there is something, there's got to be a way, there's got to be something better. Indeed, there is. Even whatever that you desire, your soul cannot whisper something to you if you are not the one to give birth to that. So I just wanted to come here and have a little bit of a conversation with you on a Magical Friday and remind you that you are magical. You are an extraordinary being, but you gotta say yes to yourself. Khaomotsemme is my name. I am a freedom illuminator embodiment queen, and I help professional individuals and entrepreneurs break free from generational inherited patterns so that they can create from their new templates, not the old templates of betrayal, abuse, abandonment, and rejection that you are creating from, and tap into the unwavering self-love and embody your confidence so that you can thrive in the bedroom and boardroom. I love you. And if you are ready, I'll drop a link below, book a call, and let's have a conversation. Let me show you what African ancient quantum medicine can do for you, baby. Because my breakthroughs are different, because what I do is different. If somebody's energy can shift on a podcast, ask yourself, what if we get to have a conversation and see what is interfering with your success and freedom? Much love. Have a wonderful, magical, and orgasmic weekend, day, night, whatever, wherever you are. Bye. Tell me what came through, and whether you are watching live or on replay. Some of you who are watching, there's a lot of baggage that you're carrying. There's a pain that is just coming so strongly at the back, in the middle of your, whatever it's called at the back. I'm just in the energy right now. I don't even know what that word means, but you can feel it. Whatever baggage that you're carrying, you need to let it go. Because what is yours, what you deserve, cannot wait to be expressed by you, but you can't do it while you are carrying all this baggage. And with high probability, it's not yours. And what is coming through is also, some oppression with the masculine in your life. Whoever, whether it's the father figure or the lover, that's what is expressing through. And some ancestral issues. I can't wait for tomorrow. Bye.